West Ham are taking a trip across London from east to west to take on Brentford in the FA Cup third round tie, which could give us a bit of momentum going into two massive Premier League games, or could be the unsurprising result of a loss by the Thames. Welcome back to West Ham Unofficial. I hope you are all well. It is the build-up show for Brentford versus West Ham United. I hope you are all well in the chat. We've got a new addition to the build-up show, which is telling us now we are 1 hour and 13 minutes and 34 seconds away from kickoff at the G-Tech Community Stadium. I'm joined, as I was last night, by a preview by Phil. Phil, how are you?
Yeah, very good, thanks. Good to be back on after a very long time of less than 24 hours ago.
No, thank you very much for joining us.
That's all right.
Again. So, have your thoughts and feelings overall changed on what could give us that bit of go to get ready to get back in the Premier League? Do you think this is that welcome distraction that we needed?
Yep, still the welcome distraction, but at this moment in time, I'm still sticking to what I said yesterday, but that might change very soon when we see the lineup.
I think this is a massive lineup to come out here, because there's many various things David Moyes could do. He has sort of experimented in the last few games with back fives and different players in different positions, etc., etc. But now in this game, as Peter mentioned to us last night, there's a couple of players that weren't involved in the under-21s game last night. To be fair, hang on, before we do go on, fair play to the under-21s. They're currently 13 points clear at the top of their league. We've just 10 games played. We've played 10 and we've won 10. So hats off to them. And they won last night without a couple of players that we could see involved today. I believe Skulls wasn't there, and Ekwar, so we could see them. How much do you want, and do you think more sort of rotation? How much do you think he's going to do, Phil?
I think there'll be a little rotation, but I'm not expecting like an overhaul of 11 different players or anything like that. Yeah. You'll have Areola going in goal. Probably you might see Antonio starting up front, perhaps. Lanzini, Downs possibly in the middle, and then everyone else. It's hard to tell, really. Yeah. Maybe Emerson as well, perhaps.
Yeah, I was speaking to Dad earlier on. We were just having a little chat about it, and I thought that we both said straight away we'd rather see Emerson in there, give him a game. He hasn't played in a while, and let's see if he can prove his worth. Do you agree with that, from what you said there, Phil? Emerson to start, hopefully.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we didn't sign him for no reason. I don't think he's a terrible player. He's not bad, but not great. But he does a job, and he's played a lot in Europe. He played in the Carabao Cup game against Blackburn, so it's a good game for him to get some more minutes, and he can still pose a threat. He's still got a bit of pace, something what Aaron Creswell lacks. Yeah, so it'd be good to see him.
Especially in a game where Brentford have had us sorted for all three times we've played them, and they're going to put pace down there. If Creswell starts, they're going to put pace on the wings, no doubt, because they know that we're a paceless side. And I think just Emerson could sort of try and counteract that with that bit more pace that he has. And we were talking about sort of what's the word, like just a bit of rotation attacking wise, but trying to keep it more of the same as well, if that makes sense, because we were saying Paqueta hasn't been great, but he scored. It would, rather see him start again and see if he can build on that, because I thought he was one of our best players on Wednesday night. If we then drop him, he's going to go, oh, well, there we go. That's the end of that then. I just feel if we keep starting him, then we just might see him get better and better as the games go on. Do you see it that way, or would you prefer to see maybe Benny starting in that position, Phil?
I'd like to see them both start, if you ask me. Even if you're having obviously Paqueta playing as your attacking midfielder, if Benny starts, possibly just play him out on the wing, or even put Paqueta deeper in that, alongside like Declan Rice if he's playing. Yeah. And look, the more he plays, the more confidence he's going to get. It's always a good confidence booster when you get your first goal. And at the end of the day, we don't want him to fail, do we? We want him to succeed. He's a record goal scorer. He wants to do well. It's like, we've had players like from years ago. You know, we always want them to do well, want them to score, get more confidence, and then they grow. It's like what we've wanted with Ben Rama over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
You know, so
Oh,
yeah,
definitely, yeah,
play him.
because he's a sort of confidence player. And what we could see today is we need to be playing football on the floor, and we need to play proper football
Mm.
on the floor. If we're gonna perhaps see maybe Lanzini in the midfield, and then Ben Rama and Paqueta, we've got no choice but to play football on the floor. And then if we do start Skamaka, which who knows what's going to happen there, whether it's Antonio Scamacca who's fit, who knows. But we just might see all of those players there, which leaves no option but to play football and hopefully do it a proper way and fit everybody's sort of needs in that attacking way.
Yeah, I mean, we've got the right players to play this type of football. It's just down to the manager if he wants them to play that type of football. That's the thing, you know.
Yeah.
It's otherwise it's just a waste of an abundance of talent that we do have. You know,
Yeah.
we know we've written ourselves off quite a bit this season, but like I said, this is a one-off game, so this is the perfect opportunity for attack-minded players like the ones we've mentioned to go out and perform at the best of their abilities.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. And it's just that distraction off. It's that burden of the Premier League off of our backs, and hopefully we can give it a go. Hello to everybody watching in the chat. Let's see, there's a few of you in there this afternoon. Miss Hammerat, I hope you are well.
All right.
Terry's back again. It's like last night. Nothing's changed.
Deja vu.
Pardon?
Deja vu.
Deja vu, it certainly is. It certainly is. Wilson, please play the youth noise. Hi, Jake and Phil. Yeah, I think we may see an element of that, but then we were just talking about attacking options there. There may not be an option for them because of the players we've got there. Who knows? You got your timings right again. Very good. Very good. Marcus, hope you are well, my friend. Sharky, come on, you irons indeed. I hope you play some young ones. To be honest, I'd expect to see some on the bench, and if it's either if we need a goal or something, or we need some creativity, then bring them on. But I just can't see with the players we've got there them starting. To be honest with you, Alison said, do not expect any youth players to be playing in the squad, as the under-21s played Friday night and the under-18s played this morning. Both teams win. Yeah, exactly. So just the couple that we picked out that weren't involved. Are they in with a glimmer of hope? We will find out in just 7 minutes' time. Everybody having a little chat to each other. Kent, hope you are, mate. His lineup is Areola, Emerson, Ogbonna, Dawson, Kera, Johnson, Downs, Fornals, Lanzini, Benny, and Antonio. One thing we haven't discussed in both shows is centre halves. What sort of partnership do you think we should see there? Would Oggy and Dawson be favourable? Do you think a Gerd should be in there with a shout?
If they're fit, give them a chance. We could see a Gerd get a few more minutes for us. But Ogbonna, definitely, he's more resorted to playing in cup competitions now. If he's still fit, he can still definitely do a job. He's still got that calm composure that he has. It's just that age isn't on his side. But these are the sort of games you want to see him in. And as well, him and Dawson played well together. By the look of what Kent's lineup is there, that's not too bad, really. Obviously,
No.
I know it's like three at the back and all that, but that's the perfect sort of position for Emerson to be in, playing in the left wing back role. Downs for Fornals, that would work really well. Let's just hope Kent has told Moyes to put that lineup out.
Yeah. Kent, are you there today, mate? Let us know. Yeah. If that was put out, I wouldn't be too disappointed at all. It gets Downs a start, which many people are mentioning in the chat. Downs surely got to get a start. Downs and Lanzini start is my bet. Lots of people mentioning Downs, and rightly so, because let's hope that he has deserved his start today. Terry says, I've been to Bath on the bus and picked up a new bathroom suite, new tiles and some flooring. What a day! Been splashing the cash then, Terry. On a new bathroom. Very nice indeed. Is it brownie points ready for those away days? Is it? Is it? Indeed. Went to pick up Mrs. N's eternity ring, which has had some repairs done. Oh, you've had a brilliant day, Terry. You're in the good books in every sense.
Well done, Terry.
Blackpool doing the business on Forest.
Oh yeah.
a couple of shots going on so far. Southampton, I think, came from behind to beat Palace.
Yeah.
And I think this one as well. Yeah, 2-0 Blackpool are winning. Wow. So
Currently, the biggest shock. There's one shock currently. It's Chesterfield 3, West Brom 2.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I keep forgetting that Chesterfield are a non-league team now.
Are they?
Yeah,
Wow.
they've been non-league for a few years now. So
Yeah.
that could be the biggest upset. You know, yesterday I said that I'd like us to play Millwall in the next round. That's not going to be happening.
That's not going to be happening at this rate, is it?
No, it ain't. Yeah, Sheffield United going through.
Yeah, you can spectate you well, mate. Peter says, thing we don't need, whatever the result is, injuries. Yeah, we don't want injuries at all. Come on, Jay, dig out the line. Well, I don't quite have the friends in the right places for that, Mandy. But I'll tell you, look at this, right? You'll be impressed with this. You'll find out in just under or just over 3 minutes time when we receive that. That is our countdown until kickoff. 1 hour and 3 minutes and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 seconds on the clock. Let's see what else we've got in the chat. Peter says Okaflex might be on the bench. Ekwar maybe too, as he wasn't in the under 21s squad. Are we on TV anywhere? I can't seem to locate it. We're not on the telly anywhere at all, I don't believe. So yeah, you'll have to work your magic if you want to watch the game a little bit later on. Will says, please not 3 at the back with 2 wing backs. The thing that I think could get Moyes out of jail for that is the sort of Emerson factor, with his favourite position being the wing back role, Phil.
Yeah, definitely. If you can have your 3 at the back and still be attacking, do it like that, the 3-4-3 way you're doing it. Or if you're playing super reserves, that's when it turns into a 5-3-2.
Yeah.
So if you want it as like the 3-4-3 type of formation, then that's the way to do it. That's what Emerson is there for. If we're playing that formation, we're playing him in that wing back position. So he can push forward, allows everyone else to push forward. We've got the creative players in the middle. They can do their business. It could work if it's done correctly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. It's just getting the system and the right players in the right positions. That is for sure. So yeah, just awaiting that lineup to answer all of the questions we have. So Scarles won't be involved because he played this morning, unless he's had a quick transfer across. I can't see that happening, to be honest with you. Downs should start every game in the league as he's a fighter. Well, with many other managers in the league, he probably would be starting every game with the squad we've got, but not Moyes. Not today, Jake. Fair enough, Kent. Fair enough. Yeah, we've given it a miss as well. Wolves away next week. Looking forward to that one for sure. So we'll have an away day, match day schedule for you lot. You're like, the road trip will return for 2023 next week. I know you all like that. So the road trip will return on the way up to Wolves, as well as the vlog and all of that sort of stuff. So make sure you check that out next weekend. We're a week away from that, and we are exactly a week away. There'll be about 20 minutes left. Hopefully, we've got a few goals on the board, and hopefully we'll be going back down south with 3 points, because it's a massive, massive game. The team needs a win to build confidence. It certainly does, Sharky. It certainly does. So the clock timer countdown thing says we are 35 seconds away from that lineup. So we're going to do the countdown now. You can count down at home. I can hear you. So if you start counting down, I will be able to hear you. Bournemouth 4-2 down to Burnley. I'll tell you what, they're on the ropes. It's interesting, Terry, because when we spoke to that Bournemouth fan up in Manchester, they seemed pretty, content with Gary O'Neill being put in as manager full time. So yeah, it's not looking good down for them on the south coast, that's for sure. TikTok.
Got a goal alert. It's 3-0 to Blackpool.
Is it?
It is.
3-0.
Yeah.
Wowzers. And the hour's on the board. Let's see what this lineup is. And then here it is. I've got it. I'm going to read it straight out to you. Why is Fabianski starting? Fabianski, Johnson, Dawson, Ogbonna, Agurd, Emerson, Rice, Souček. Oh my God. Rice, Souček, Paqueta, Bowen, Antonio. What has Downs got to do to start in this side? Ariola's not even on the bench, so that's an injury then. Oh my Lord. I'm going to bring this up on screen. It's the lineup and it's here, and it's going to shock many of you. Let's take that off. Let's load it up. So just bear with me. Just going to get it up. We're live, people. You can tell, can't you? Just keep catting to yourself. And it's coming. The West Ham lineup as we take on Brentford in the FA Cup third round is here. It is then. Wow. So Ariola's not there at all, so he's injured or something. So Johnson, Dawson, Ogbonna, Agerd, Emerson. So that's a back five. Johnson right wing back, Emerson left wing back. Souček starts again alongside Rice, Paqueta, Bowen, and Antonio. I'll tell you what, that's baffling. That is. Phil, thoughts on that?
Dear, oh dear. I don't know what to say about that. I mean, well, he's right about having the three at the back with Emerson playing as the wing back. I know we always say, like, you know, Souček, you always see him, but this really is a surprise to actually see him playing in this game. Antonio sort of expected that, and Skamaka's not even on the bench either. So
So that bench is Randolph, Creswell, Fornals, Downs, Benrahma, Kera, Coventry, Svaya, and Mubamba. So Mubamba's made the bench alongside Svaya. There's no sign of any of the other ones. I'll tell you what, I'm not happy about that at all. What has Downs got to do to start in this side? What has Downs got to do? I mean, just start Downs, for crying out loud. Souček started, on Wednesday. He's going to be even more lethargic. I just can't understand it. And Downs must be sitting there thinking, what have I got to do to start? That's annoyed me.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with my prediction from yesterday. Tell you that.
I'm just going to load up the Brentford lineup if you want any. If you want to see any more thoughts on that, Phil.
Yeah, let's have a look at Brentford's lineup. I'm sure it'll be a good one. I don't know.
So,
dear.
Yeah, I just can't understand some of that there. I really can't. Back five, I can sort of understand, so you can get a couple of players in more favoured positions there. But Johnson getting a start, I suppose that's a positive. Dawson, Ogbonna, Agerd as the three centre halves. I don't know. I just don't like it. Right, here we go then. Let's look at the Brentford lineup then. So it is Strakoschka in goal, Ruselev, Ayer, me, Beck, Godos, Jensen, De Silva, Damsgaard, Lewis Porter, and Visser. Now I'll tell you what, that is a heavily rotated side if I've ever seen one. I mean, I don't watch Brentford every week, but there's not many recognisable first team names from there, Phil.
No, I mean, they've still got some important players playing in this game. Is it Ayer, me? They usually play quite regularly. De Silva, Wisa, I mentioned him. He's a bit of a threat.
Yeah.
Lewis Potter, who's someone we was linked with, weren't we?
Oh, that King Lewis Potter. Christ, we were linked with him, weren't we?
We was, yeah. What if, what if we got him? He probably wouldn't have been getting anywhere near the first team squad if Moyes had his way.
He'd be down, sat on the bench.
He would be. That'd be good. They'd be good sitting on the bench together. Looking on their subs bench,
there's no Mbuemo there, which makes me happy. I can't lie.
Yeah, that's true. Rico Henry, Sergio Canos. I think number 9. I think he's their new signing. I think.
What Shade?
I think he just signed for the club. Correct me if I'm
and
wrong in the chat.
There. Stevens, Trevitt, Yarmola. Well, it's nice to see I'm the goalkeeper on the bench, so I'll just be making me trip up to Brentford to sit on the bench. Cox in goal, number 10. But I tell you what, that's given me a little bit more confidence. I wasn't very happy with that lineup for West Ham, to be honest with you, but they've heavily rotated. Tony's not there. Many of you making the joke in the chat about that, but that's rotated, and that gives. I mean, we've gone for it. Just looking at the West Ham lineup again, we've gone for it. Rice, Paqueta, Bowen, Antonio. We've gone for it, whereas they've rotated a bit more than I thought we would have expected. Speaking last night on the preview, Phil.
Yeah, they have. But it's like we say, we don't watch Brentford week in, week out. We don't know. We know obviously we know a few of their first team regulars, but they're still good players. I think they can still do a good job. They work really well as a team. Yeah. So
I'd never write them off.
Absolutely not. I think they're a very good team. I like them a lot. I don't know what to make of it really. We'll only find out once the game kicks off.
Yeah.
Oh, but exactly. They're still good players.
Exactly. I'm going to go straight back up to the top of the chat. We've got loads of comments coming in. Millwall 2 down, so you're not getting your wish there, Phil.
Nah, it's always next year.
There's always next year. The Palace goalkeeper had an absolute man. There's also the Carabao Cup that's not going to be called the Carabao Cup this year, actually.
What's it
Because
going to be called now?
I don't know. I don't think they've actually released it because I think I heard somewhere that their sponsorship deal's up and it's going to be called something else now. So what's it been in the past? The Carling Cup, the Carabao Cup.
There was the Capital One Cup.
Capital One Cup.
Yeah, that didn't really. That was after Carling. Before then, it was the Worthington Cup. So that was about 20 years ago. That's when I first remember it. Before then, it was the Coca-Cola Cup.
Yeah.
I think years ago it was called Rumbelows Cup as well.
Okay.
I know that was. They had a certain former President Donald Trump do the draw for that once about 30 years ago.
You got a good memory, Phil.
They always show these things on telly and all that. But no, I always remember it. I remember it as the Worthington Cup, but the Carling Cup's the one that name always sticks out, and it rolls off the tongue a lot better. And I tell you what, it's good for marketing and advertisement because it makes you want to have Carling.
Exactly.
Exactly. Same with Carabao. When they first changed it to Carabao Cup, that was
I'd never heard of the Carabao drink.
No, and then it made me want to drink it. That's
that's
how it all works.
Yeah,
it's all brainwashing.
It is. Let's fire through some of these comments. Then Kent says in 1997, I think it was Chesterfield got to the semi-final of the Cup, and Sean Dyche scored a goal. Kent,
he looked exactly the same as well.
Does he?
he looked exactly the same as well when he scored that.
Wow. Mandy says betting is pretty close, which is surprising, seeing as they beat us at home 2-0. Company doing very good at Burnley, certainly is. Let's not mention sorry, Terry. Sorry, let's not mention. Has he put the story in? Has he put it in? Oh, he has. Ken, I'll be sat at home waiting for the eldest daughter to reveal the gender of our first grandchild. Apparently, this is more important than Wolves away. Terry, I'll send you a postcard and I'll send you a picture of our Asda lunch and the Costa. I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. But Areola must be starting at Wolves. Well, he's not on the bench, which would suggest that there could be an injury there, Phil.
Maybe. Yes. I don't know. We don't know, do we? But I'm sure David Moyes will probably mention something.
Yeah.
It will just say he probably picked up a knock and we don't want to risk him. Randolph, you wouldn't expect to play unless it was really bad.
Yeah.
Old bloke. I know. He's almost like the forgotten man, isn't he?
He is. Yeah.
But yeah, every club's got to have a third choice goalkeeper, ain't they? But I don't know. Maybe that could be you might see this as one of the last games for Fabianski, and then Areola comes in for Wolves. Who knows?
Yeah, we might see that. No, might see that. Kent says, "I will be at Wolves probably in Asda eating." We'll probably see you in the famous Asda, Kent. Yes, very good, very good indeed. 4-0 Brentford, says Peter.
4-0 Brentford would put it past them.
Made a fair few changes. No, Tony. Yeah, we went through it. Yes, surprising. No Scamaca on the bench. I don't know whether that's just, he just hasn't made the trip and it's not worth it, or whether there's an injury there. I don't know.
Hopefully it's not an injury.
Hopefully not. Yeah. Mubamba on the subs bench, which is good. He might have about 30 seconds at the end. There's no Lanzini there as well. Was he on the bench? I don't think. Let's have a look. No Lanzini on the bench, so he's not there. And so there's plenty of players Moyes is going to have to do some explaining about, I think, Phil.
Well, Lanzini, you never know. This could be the end. This could be him lining up a move back to his homeland. You never know. So it's probably why.
With a plate will come back into him. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know we know this is going to be his last season with us anyway. But with the rumours of him possibly going in this transfer window for a cut price deal, or even just letting him go for free, that could be the case. But it's either that or an injury. Who knows?
Yeah. Who knows? Lawrence, hope you are keeping well, friend. Keeping well, my friend, from Lexington, Kentucky in the US of A. Ken says, I predicted in the week Moyes' plan all along has been to play a 3/5 at the back on my personal account. it doesn't surprise me at all, to be honest with you. Tony's injured; he was never going to play, and even if he was, is he allowed to play? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Mandy says, since the lineups have came out, Brentford's odds are larger, West Ham's are shorter. Yeah, I think it's just because of the magnitude of changes, and not. I never want to say weak their side is, because you can never underestimate a side like Brentford, but they've definitely not gone as strong as we might have predicted in recent days. But yeah, we would have to wait and see what sort of time they are, what sort of team they are. Brentford team will be fighting for each other exactly, and that's where it could sort of even out and go their way. That's a slow West Ham side. Not much pace there, Phil, was there?
Not a lot of pace, barring a couple of players, but yeah, it's a case of how quick you can move the ball about, which is probably not going to be happening that much. You can get Emerson can get in the ball, but if no one else is going to be making those moves forward, then what's the point?
Well, yeah, exactly. We've got to have those players there, and then something to run off of in the middle. Antonio obviously hasn't been starting as many games. He's been playing second fiddle to Scamacca. Do you think he'd just have that little bit more going in, because to try and prove something to Moyes and really go out there and give it his all? Do you think?
I think you'll get the Antonio what we know. He'll work his socks off. He'll run. He'll run down into the corners and all that. But
yeah, he'll do the work.
Yeah, he'll do the work, and then he'll just tire himself out by half time.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, exactly. And then he just sort of drifts off in the second half, and Mubamba might come on the 88th minute.
Yeah, while we're 3-0 down.
Yeah, while we're 3-0 down, exactly. Talking about the League Cup, so Capital One Cup, the League Cup won't be here in 2 or 3 years. Yeah, it's quickly diminishing in sort of favour with people, and just people don't really care about it too much. Yeah, Areola is a difficult one to understand. We'll have to get some answers to that. Can you buy a can of Carabao anywhere? I've never really never really saw it until I went into a shop and went, oh yeah, Carabao. But yeah. I've seen him around. Terry says, I'm off to Waitrose after this, Sharky. Oh, we'll have a look. I very much doubt they sell them in Waitrose, but it's just round the corner, Terry, so I'll let you off.
Other supermarkets are available.
They certainly are. Certainly are. Go wherever you like. So go back and gone for a new tattoo. Waitrose. Terry, when's your birthday? Waitrose gift cards. Lanzini's run off with Happy Hammer. Yeah. They are prepared to listen to offers for Lanzini training. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me at all. Sunderland have bought a 15-year-old sub, have they? Wow, it's the same age as me. Flipping out.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Interesting.
He should be focusing on his GCSEs.
You tell him, Phil. Manny says maybe if he was had the flu bug that Antonio had, that could be a reason. Yeah, good point, Mandy. It could be. Who knows? Come on, Sloths United. Yeah, there's not much pace there, is there?
No,
not much pace there. Dare I say, if Cornet was fit, he would help us a lot. Yeah, he certainly would be. He put up an Instagram post the other day. He's getting closer, he said.
That's good.
So that's good to hear, isn't it, Phil?
It is, yeah. I hope he comes back, fitter and stronger as ever, because when we signed him, I was really happy. It's especially with the relegation release clause that he had, it was a decent price as well. Yeah. And I thought, because I know he had a few injuries when he was at Burnley last season, but he's still a star performer, in a pretty poor Burnley team. So, but when he has played for us, I mean, it's not many times, he did look like he offered a lot. Wish he just does, if he could do that a little bit extra. And I'd like to see him do that when he comes back. Also, we all know about that goal, which didn't count. So it's not like he doesn't know where the back of the net is.
No.
But he's, it's a player like that you really need.
Just hoping to get him back as soon as possible. To get his sort of West Ham career started again. When he does come back, it's going to feel like a new signing, isn't it?
He has, yeah. He definitely feel like a new signing. Obviously, we've seen those glimpses of him, but then again, this is a bit like what Andy Carroll was every season. He felt like a new signing after coming back from long injuries. So let's hope he ain't like that.
No, definitely not. What if Fabianski tweaks a muscle kicking? Well, then we might see Darren Randall for the first time in 15 years.
Oh, oh God, yeah. Imagine that. And then
Yeah,
he'll
Dada will go and goal.
imagine that.
Well, maybe today he's going to do a bit more of an intense warm up instead of just a jog around, because he might actually be needed today. Not the
That's right.
third goalkeeper in the line.
I can't even remember when he last played, Darren Randolph. Must have been about 2 seasons ago, I
More than that,
think.
well, I don't know. Apart from like properly in like a cup game or
Yeah.
a league game, I don't know. Kent will know, but I don't know.
Yeah. I'm sure he played, I think he might have played in a league game. This was it where was he when the fans weren't in the grounds.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he
Yeah. I
I
think he
think it
played one
was
game, and then before that, he must have played like in that whole Roberto where Fabianski got injured. He must have played during that sort of time. I
yeah.
don't know.
Well, it's because if you remember, because we actually bought him back, didn't
Yes.
we? Yeah, 'cause we forget that we sold him, then we bought him back from Middlesbrough. We got
Yeah.
rid of Roberto, brought in Randolph again. I think he played a couple of games until Fabianski came back into the team.
Mm.
Yeah, it feels like ages ago. I remember when he first signed for the club as well, like the first time round. Long time ago now.
Crazy stuff.
8 years ago.
Yeah, at least
Yeah.
Kera's not on the pitch. Is that a boost? We haven't got to watch Kera try and defend again for another 90 minutes, Phil.
Yeah, he's a bit of an enigma, a carer. I can't make head nor tail of him whether he's good or not. He's got the ability, but it's just those mistakes,
Yeah,
those little mistakes.
he's a complete defensive liability. I just can't.
Mm.
I
He had,
just can't, get it with him. He's just. I think Dad mentioned it to me. Whilst watching the Leeds game, that he's used to the German league or whatever, and the French league where it's all a bit slower. You haven't got that time on the ball in the Premier League, and I mentioned that and I sort of saw that a few times on Wednesday night when he's after more time on the ball than he's actually going to get against high press sides that you don't get in these leagues, and I think that's his downfall.
yeah, that's right. I mean, yeah, but it's like that with a lot of players when they come over from those leagues over to England, it's always hard to adapt straight away. And obviously, remember when we signed him and we brought him in, a lot of us were saying, "Oh yeah, he looks like he could be he could be captain material."
Passer in the French league last year, or that was the stat that was going around. Yeah,
yeah, that means nothing, really, does it? It's all right when you've got certain players at PSG to pass to. When you've got the likes of, the past, present, and future of attacking football.
Best team in the league as well. They aren't really going to get touched on.
And that wasn't even, and they weren't, even though they won the league, they only just scraped through that.
Did they? Oh,
I think they did. They didn't run away with it, I don't think.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
First joke of the day, that cornet cost us hundreds and thousands.
Very good.
And they've started rolling now. Is it true Cornet is crushed out with? Is it true Cornet is out with crushed nuts? Cornet should sign for Aston Villa. Cornet run off with Mr. Whippy. He's a flaky player. They just one opens and the floodgates open. It's bang, 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 bang. Very good indeed. Very good indeed. Let's scroll down. Fabianski 4 up. Fabianski Blackpool 4 up.
Yeah, 4-0 up. 4-0 up. Who else got? Yeah, Burnley is still winning 4-2 against Bournemouth.
Brighton 4-1 up at Borough.
Yeah, or is it 5-1 now?
5-1, is it? Oh yeah, 5-1. Yeah,
5-1 up. Is it Fulham still beating Hull 1-0? I think Sheffield is still winning. Few big clubs. Yeah, there is. We like a good upset as long as it's not us.
Yeah, exactly. We all like the magic of the cup until we got knocked out by Kidderminster last year.
I remember.
These pens are comedy gold. They certainly are.
They are. I'm trying to think of some myself now.
Yeah. Alison says, "How many injuries will we pick up today?" I don't know. Hopefully
5.
None. Yeah, hopefully none. Lawrence says the wife's car will not start. Doesn't she know West Ham come on in 45 minutes? Well, it was 45 minutes now, but our timer is showing us we are just 39, just under 40 minutes away from kickoff at the GTEC Community Stadium. So start getting your predictions into the chat as we start wrapping this show up. We will join you once again back live for a full-time reaction where hopefully we're talking about West Ham being in the hat for the fourth round. We'll join you back again on the full-time whistle with some guests to debrief on it all. And hopefully, Phil, we've got a smile on our face.
We can only hope we get a smile on our face, but don't expect too much.
No.
Don't expect too much. But we'll see. Hopefully, it'll be good to have a smile on our face and, advance into the next round. But we shall see.
Yeah, here you go. Kent's brought out the bag. FA Cup versus Wolves last round of started. Was that 2019?
21?
21? Did we play Wolves in the Cup? 21?
I can't even remember. I remember.
Kent, do you know the year?
No. I remember his first season with us, and we played Wolves in the third round, and I was at that game. He played in that one, and he played in the fourth round against Liverpool, both that and the replay. That's the thing about FA Cups now. They're not as memorable nowadays, last couple of years. I've honestly 100% forgotten about who we played like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it's just strange. You know, maybe we might see him put on that West Ham shirt for the first time in what has been quite a while. Adam Frankel, hate that lineup. Come on, you irons. Yeah, it's not great, is it? But have you seen the Brentford one? It's not much better. It's not much better. 2-1 win, says Kent. We're still at 2-1. We're still unbeaten. We're a week into 2023 and we're still unbeaten, West Ham.
Ooh, that's a nice positive to go through there. Yeah, still unbeaten in 2023.
It was West Brom. Sorry, I missed that other comment. West Brom. So that was in 20. That was 2021 in the rain, wasn't it? Was it rain in that game? I remember that. Yes, we were beaten 3-1.
I can't remember. I think I remember. Was Bilic their manager? I can't remember.
It might have been.
Or was that the year before?
I don't know. Hopefully it'll give me something. I don't know. Yeah, West Brom. Yeah, 19th of May, 2021. That's it. West Brom 1, West Ham 3. Yeah, I remember. Souček scored, and then Ogbonna and Antonio scored 2 late goals to win it.
Well, there we go.
That was like Lingard era. Yeah.
Yes. As long ago as that.
So that was 19th of May 2021. So that's over a year, coming up to 2 years when we get to May. So yeah.
I think I remember that game now. Was it a night game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Oh, I remember it. Yeah, I remember now. I was watching that.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to some predictions. What are you going for, Phil?
I'm going to stay with 2-1 to Brentford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's going to get the goal for West Ham?
Antonio.
Fair enough. In terms of streams, I'm not quite sure. You'll have to just have a gander around. Yeah, I'm not sure. Sharky's showing off our beautiful members only emojis there. Areola for the FA Cup. Yeah, frustrating not seeing that, but hopefully Moyes has done a press conference, or he will after the game, and we will see some reasons for that. All over at Riverside, Jeff Borough 1, Brighton 5. Thank you very much indeed, Kai. Thank you very much. Is it on iPlayer? It's not. Blow the final whistle now and on to Wolves, says Peter. Samrat, thank you very much for joining us. Ben Rama, are you frustrated not to see Ben Rama there today, Phil?
I would have liked to have seen him start that game.
Yeah.
Don't know why he ain't, but if he can come off the bench and produce some magic, that'd be brilliant. Because that's, he's the type of player that we need in this team.
Yeah.
Especially for a game like this.
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't that game. It was the game before. We lost 1-0 and the Cup. Bilic was in charge. Randolph played, so it wasn't the last time. So I'm thinking of the wrong game. Yeah. Honestly, you save the day every single time. You make us look like plonkers. Just know everything. Just know absolutely everything. Scenes at New Meadow where Sunderland take the lead deep into injury time. I like this.
I was going to mention that because they was losing 1-0. They equalised 90 plus 2 minutes, and then they scored the second goal in 90 plus 4 minutes, and now it's full time.
Wow.
So, yes, this is like United winning the Champions League in 99. That sort of material, that is.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. And Wally mentions a match on ESPN Plus and the US subscription. Yeah, so if you just take a quick flight over to the US, we can go and watch it, but we can't watch it in England.
No, that's right. Get your rest of forms ready. Get your passport in date. We're going to America.
Let's go. Let's go. Get on the West Ham official minibus. Let's go.
Woo! Let's go there.
Right, my prediction. I'll tell you what. I wasn't very confident when I saw our lineup, but their lineup gave me a glimmer of hope. I'm going to go for a 1-0 West Ham win. I'm feeling it. Come on, West Ham. 1-0 West Ham. And I'm going to go for a Paqueta goal, 2-2. The floodgates are going to open for Lucas Paqueta. Thank you very much, Miss Hammerette, for joining us. It cost Wally $10. What's that, £8? We better win. So you've paid £8 for it, Wally. See what, if it's awful, I feel for you.
I know. Goal alert.
Go on.
So there might not be a massive upset down at Chesterfield because West Brom just made it 3-0 in the 93rd minute.
And Peter mentions that here, West Brom equalise at the end. Wow.
Still time. Still time. Who knows?
Still time on the clock. Terry says, thanks, Jake and Phil. The coolest double act you could wish for. Well,
who needs Ant and Deck?
Cool. Pardon?
Who needs Ant and Deck?
Who needs Ant and Deck? Exactly. I tell you what, every time you're on Phil, I think we should just call it the coolest double act you could wish for.
Exactly. We had
Terry,
cool
you give us a name now. We're going to use that. That's
right. Just make sure all the other fan channels remember that.
Yeah, the coolest double act you could wish for. Fleetwood have beat QPR. QPR are out. There's a few upsets going on here. Who are Ant and Deck? Exactly. Jake and Phil bring you all the coverage that you need. So West Brom level it with seconds left. Chesterfield heads in hands. Unbelievable, Jeff. It's all going on in the FA Cup as we are 32 minutes away from kickoff at the Brentford Community Stadium. Right then, you're Mark Noble. You've got your suit on. You're back in that dressing room. What are you saying to the players today, Phil?
Right, I'll be saying if I was Mark Noble, look, I've played in a few FA Cup ties in my time. And I put my heart on my sleeve every single time. And I've made sure we do the best we can. I want us to go out there and I want us to get a trophy and put our name on that. We've been unlucky in the past, but you lot are all good enough and you know that you're good enough players. So show your worth and prove it and let's get a result.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Let's just go out there. From me, what I'd say is let's take off the sort of, big, heavy burden of the Premier League. Just take it off, strip it off, and just play football. We've got some very, very good players in that side today who can prove their quality by going out there and just playing proper football. Brentford aren't at their best, sort of starting 11-wise, and we're far from our best. Let's try and go out there and shock them. Most people are going to predict a Brentford win, and I can totally understand why they can. Go out there, do it for the fans, and let's just try and get through and get a little bit of a cup run going to get a bit of positivity in and around of the club. And no injuries. Don't get injured.
Yeah, no injuries.
Exactly. Winning breeds confidence. Go out there and do it. Bang on.
That's right.
Bang on, Kemp. Bang on the way. Spot on, Phil. Never a backward step, indeed.
100%.
Exactly. Right then, there we go. That is let's win it. Yeah, let's just go out there and just win it. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to West Ham Official if you need to join our sponsors, SRM Car and Sun, by clicking the link in the description down below. We are under 30 minutes away from kickoff. That's the last time you're going to see that fancy contraption again for the next build-up show. So thank you very much for watching. Phil, thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you, Jake. A pleasure as always.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, a round of applause for Phil because he's done both shows. Very, very good. He's done the preview and the build-up show. Thank you very much, mate.
Thank you.
We'll catch you soon on the full-time whistle. As soon as the game finishes, come on YouTube. I can guarantee you we'll be here. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you soon. Cheers, guys, and bye-bye.